a KQED television production.
Of like sort of old Fisherman's Wharf. It reminds me of old San Francisco, and that's...
You'd be a little like Jean Valjean with the teeth or whatever.
And worth the calories, the cholesterol, and the heart attack you might have.
It's like an adventure, you know? It felt like you're kind of putting on your miner's helmet.
It reminds me of oatmeal with a touch of wet dog.
I did. Inhale.
I always tell people when they say sommelier, you say it sommelier, so som-el-yay.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by
Check Please Bay Area is proudly sponsored by the law offices of Daniel Feder, providing legal representation on a contingency basis for over 20 years to thousands of Bay Area employees in disputes with their former employers. From wrongful termination to discrimination and sexual harassment, Daniel Feder and his team provide support and solutions to employees and other injured persons seeking resolution. More information at dfederlaw.com. IRG has thousands of natural stone surfaces, all in stock today. IRG, online at marblecompany.com. Bay Area Subaru dealers. Opportunities to test drive the 2014 Subaru Forester are available at local Subaru dealers. Subaru, online at subaru.com. Donate your car to KQED's Vehicle Donation Program to help raise funds for quality public media. Powered by Cars.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where regular Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. We have 3 guests, and each one recommends one of their favorite spots, and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. This week, as the director of a mobile crisis team, Marco Chavarin is a great guy to have around in an emergency. Calm and flexible, he's dealt with every eventuality, which makes him hungry for the flavors of Mexico. And physical therapist Rachel Janin promotes mobility, functionality, and quality of life. Manipulating muscles and exercising joints helps her work up an appetite for a little bistro full of old school charm. But first, middle school principal Teresa Shipp manages, organizes, and disciplines a tough job these days. So to keep her going, fresh fish flown in from Japan or harvested right off California's coast make for some of her all-time favorite sushi. In the Excelsior district of San Francisco, you'll find it at Live Sushi.
Live Sushi mission. There's freshness of the food, the atmosphere, and the attitude. We love to be a little hip, but yet we're family friendly. I'm Joe Chen. I'm the manager of the Live Sushi mission. Sushi lovers, when they go out to eat, they tend to have regular staff every time, but we try to bring more different fish. Thursday now is like my Christmas. Every week, they pick up the fishing, and then they will send it from Japan to us. Sometimes we really don't know what it is.
This one is named crude. The meat is fattier taste. I love this one. Golden eye. It's called golden eye. Kimidai. Hard to get and beautiful fish. To build. Cool. They have a fan.
Jackson is our executive chef. The brilliant brain behind all the menu, all the specialties, massive of a knowledge about fish. So that's why we're different than other Japanese restaurants. You always will get something different every time you come.
What is it about the one on Mission that brings you back time and time again?
When you walk into Live Sushi on Mission, everyone welcomes you. I mean, they say hello, and it's so welcoming and warm when you walk into there. I can't imagine going to another one. I would feel like I was cheating on them.
And Joe, the manager there, who actually calls himself Sexy Joe.
Sexy Joe. You have to go meet Sexy Joe, and he's like very suave, and I mean, he's just so wonderful.
Well, yes, I do have a nickname in restaurant business. A lot of people know me by Sexy Joe. It's because that when you say I'm my name's Joe, people actually forget about your your name easily, right? I mean, I can tell someone who walk in the first time, my name's Sexy Joe, they will remember forever.
I didn't meet Sexy Joe.
You didn't meet Sexy Joe?
No, I didn't get to meet Sexy Joe.
Rachel, did you meet Sexy Joe?
Oh, I met Sexy Joe. He was very entertaining, very welcoming when you first walk in, and he is quite the salesman also to sell and explain the dishes.
Right. And what do you get when you go? What do you recommend for people to try?
Well, we always start off with the miso soup. So I'm actually not normally a miso soup fan, but they add sake to their miso soup. Oh. It is so delicious. And just,
girl, you are talking my language now.
It's just perfect, 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 perfect. They add sake to a lot of their different rolls too. I mean, they have a wide variety of sake, and so they kind of put it in everywhere that they can, and Sexy Joe will tell you all about the sakes.
They do, and they have quite an extensive list, so it is a nice place to go and explore.
Exactly. And my husband sometimes will get like the different teriyakis. Their teriyakis are delicious, really fresh.
Definitely agree with that. The teriyaki chicken, that was one of the dishes that we ordered, was the portion sizes were the largest that I've had at a sushi restaurant. And that teriyaki sauce was so sweet. It was perfect. Perfect. Even the presentation, it was great. It was one of the things that I really enjoyed about the restaurant.
Oh, good. Yes. And then their rolls. I don't know if you got a chance to sample their rolls too. So fresh. The fish is amazing. I mean, it like melts in your mouth. It's so fresh.
And they get mystery boxes on like Thursday where you can just go and
check it all out.
And let the chef just make you something. Did you have the rolls?
We didn't. When I go to sushi, I tend to like to just get plain fish. I got the bluefin toro, which just melts in your mouth. And I was excited to order that giant clam. You hear the chefs give it a slap to firm it up, and
It is live.
It is live.
Things are alive there.
It's very sweet, and it's really firm, which I like. And I really like also the uni that we get. I tend to try that. That's my barometer of all sushi restaurants, because uni is something that can be really bad if it's not good. So it was very fresh and delicious there, and you can see the live sea urchin. They have a little display, so you know it's fresh and delicious.
And what about the atmosphere?
It's like a club. You go in there, I mean, it is so much fun. It really is. You're not going to go and have a quiet dinner there.
Right. That's one of the things that I told my dinner companion was, the music makes you want to get up and start dancing almost.
Dance off all the sushi that you just had.
I will say also, we had the rainbow roll, and we had the DJ roll, and the DJ roll was really, really spicy, which is good. I love spice, but I can see how some people might need the milk or something you like, because it is really, really spicy.
Well,
but
they have
it was
the
also
fresh
really good.
wasabi there, which was some of the best I've ever had. It's not just the pasty kind of flavorless wasabi. It is like almost like a horseradish, a little bit grainy and really strong. But I love that. That was one of my favorite. And their gari, their ginger, was some of the freshest ginger I've had before also. The grilled squid was excellent. I love the smoky sort of barbecue flavor, and it wasn't too chewy, which at some places it can be. And it was a really nice portion where there were 3 of us, and we were able to all have little samplings of that, so it was really nice.
Now, sushi can get expensive, right?
Yes.
It can get
the
very
happy
expensive.
hour is by far the best deal in town. I mean, even for sushi, it's a great, great deal.
I wish we had known about that, because we had a little sticker shock when you followed Joe's advice and ordered these specials. It was pretty shocking. The
But
sake
he is
was
sexy.
He is. It's hard to resist when he recommends a wonderful sake to pair with your food. We did follow his advice, and we were a little bit shocked at the end of the meal at the price. So
it's comparable to every other sushi restaurant that I've been to. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't overly expensive. It's usually what I expect to pay. Although the same thing that happened to me is I didn't realize I had a happy hour until the bill came, and she's like, "Oh, your beer was only $2." And I was like, oh, I wish I would have known.
And let's talk about location, because it is out in the Excelsior. So
It's out
for
in the
people
Excelsior.
downtown, that is quite a
But it's right off the Balboa BART station.
It's nestled right between a funeral parlor and some seedy bars. So actually, when you walk in, it's even more surprising how wonderful the atmosphere is there, because when I was walking down the street, I was really wondering. I'm like, okay, there's the funeral parlor.
Where'd she take us?
I know, exactly.
All right, this is your restaurant, Teresa. Wrap it up for us.
If you are ever in the Excelsior district and looking for some really great fish, try live sushi.
All right, Rachel.
Well, it's a little hard to find, but you can get past the funeral parlor. You will really enjoy yourself for some nice, fresh, high-end sushi.
Okay, and Marco?
And if I'm taking a stroll through the Mission and happen to go a little bit too far, end up in the El Suxier and want sushi, I will definitely go there.
All right, if you would like to try live sushi on Mission at Persia Street in San Francisco, the telephone number is 415-585-5055. It's open every day for lunch and dinner. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person for dinner without drinks is around $25. A supermarket isn't usually a dining destination, but at this grocery store, you can fill your shopping cart, then dine in to fill your tummy with traditional Mexican comfort food. On Mission Boulevard in Hayward, it's called Chavez Market.
My dad started the business in 1984 with a meat market and taqueria. Now we have a total of 9 locations, and we're about to celebrate our 30th anniversary. My name is Beto Chavez, and I'm the general manager for Chavez Supermarket and Taquerias. A lot of our dishes are inspired by traditional Michoacan recipes, which is where my family's from. My dad learned from his grandmother. One of the advantages of being part of a supermarket is that we're able to bring in everything fresh, our produce, our meats, and we try to make as much as possible on site. We're always looking at unique ways on how to make our food a little better, whether it's the tortilla or the salsa, and recently we decided to switch over to natural sea salt. For over 25 years, we've been featuring Harris Ranch beef in our meat counter for the supermarket. As a butcher that's focused on quality, my dad knows that if you want a better cut of meat, you have to cut it by a knife, not by a machine. And to this day, we still use knives to cut all our meat. All my brothers decided to follow my dad in the family business. I studied management. My older brother takes care of the finances. And then my younger brother, he takes care of like technology and construction projects. So my mom actually left her job at the county to help my dad, and we feature some of our artwork in our store. We're very proud of the fact that a lot of people of all cultures and ages come into our taquerias. It's a very diverse blend of customers, and we're proud to serve everybody.
Marco, how did you discover this? Were you shopping for groceries and decided, oh, I'm just going to pop over and get a little burrito?
Well, I was on my way to visit my in-laws, and I noticed that there was a Chavez Market there, and it's like, oh, let's pull in there and see what's going on and get some stuff. And lo and behold, there was a taqueria there as well. Mm-hmm. And we decided to have, I saw the menu, there's a lot of traditional Mexican dishes. And ever since then, I go once or twice a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Reminds you of home, huh?
It reminds me of grandmother's home in Mexico. Oh. And especially the birria, which is the goat. It's so tender and it just falls off the bone. But my favorite dish there is the beef stew, which has every imaginable vegetable. It has chayote, carrots, corn on the cob. You can put cilantro, onions. They give you a little side of rice and freshly made tortillas. It creates for a great aroma.
It's like they just go out and pull the vegetables in from the market
from the
aisles,
market,
right?
the fresh markets. Yeah, it's just it's
right.
great. And the portion is good too. And you can't beat the price.
You're right. You can't beat the value. I mean, there is so much food for the price. It was unbelievable. We actually got a couple of different plates, and we kind of did it family style. But the carnitas, we had the carnitas. They were delicious. You know, sometimes you can order carnitas and they're like over fried and just kind of too crunchy. It was delicious, full of juice. I mean, really, really fresh. Literally falling. You know, they weren't all stuck together. It was falling apart. It was just incredible.
It's like that commercial. Don't bother me, I'm eating.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That was exactly it.
And there are exotic ingredients, tongue. And goat and, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes, well, they have menudo on the weekends. They also have pozole. And then they have this traditional thing called a torta, which is the Mexican sandwich. Absolutely. It's really simple, but the bread is so fresh. And so it's a simple dish, but it tastes so good too.
The most pleasantly surprising thing to me was the tamale. I usually don't order them, but the person I was with ordered it, and we did it family style also. And normally I find the tamales very heavy, almost like a brick, but these, the corn, the masa covering was just fluffy and light and melted in your mouth, and the chicken inside was flavorful and rich, and nothing was greasy at all. It was just so fresh, like you said. They went to the produce aisle and just picked the fresh produce from there and put it on your plate. It was excellent. I would definitely recommend it if you're in Hayward. I don't know that I would drive to Hayward, but if you're in Hayward, it's definitely worth a stop because you can pick up some traditional Mexican groceries along with catching a quick bite for lunch, and everything is so fresh and delicious. It's definitely worth a stop.
And you know, it's like if you've been to Mexico, you feel like if you're almost in Mexico with the way the cooks behind the counter are talking to you, and just to make you feel really comfortable. And then they have the Mexican music in the background, and then you have the market too, right? So it's like, yeah, you might find something that you like there, and then find it in the aisle as well, or in the butcher shop, which is in the back.
Right, they have their own butcher shop,
yeah,
so obviously everything is very fresh.
And it's fresh cheese too, which is really good.
Yeah, the food was amazing. One person had ordered the shrimp fried burrito, which when he first ordered it, I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll try a little bit, but I don't know how much I'm going to really share. You know, I was a little worried because of the fried shrimp. I thought, oh, it's going to be too heavy, too much. But they had just fried it perfectly. It was really light, it was delicious, and just really brought out all of the flavors of like the avocado and the salsa. Then another one had gotten the shrimp quesadilla. And again, I thought, oh, that's gonna be really heavy with all the cheese. But again, they had sauteed the shrimp in such a perfect way that it really just brought out all of the flavors. It was delicious. It was just incredible.
And Rachel, what about the shrimp tacos or the shrimp fajitas?
Shrimp fajita taco was delicious. There were, like you said with the beef stew, so many fresh grilled vegetables. There were red peppers and green peppers and onions, and it was just bursting in your mouth with fresh, kind of smoky flavors.
And what about that agua fresca?
My husband had the strawberry one, and it was amazing, super light, just really refreshing. Really
Good compliment to the dishes that you
Yeah, absolutely. I've had the horchata there every time I go, the rice water, and it's really, really good. It's not too sweet. It's a little taste of cinnamon, and yeah, it's really good.
Portion sizes are big.
Huge. I mean, we had a ton left over.
Definitely leftovers.
Yeah.
They don't sell nachos in Mexico, but when you go there, it's a huge pile of chips. It's for like 2-3 people. There's enough carne asada, and then there's the guacamole, the sour cream, and they just keep stacking it on. And it's the black beans, it's the rice, it's the cheese, and it is just this mountain of food, and that is just, when put all together on that little chip, it's really, really good. And again, the value of it for the amount that they give you.
For under $10.
For under $10.
Absolutely.
All right, this is your spot, Marco. Wrap it up for us.
Yeah, well, again, it's traditional Mexican food at a pretty reasonable price. And if you like what you ate, chances are you can walk over to the grocery store and buy it and try to make it yourself.
All right, and Teresa?
If you're ever in Hayward and looking for some delicious, fresh Mexican food, definitely go to Chavez Market.
Okay, Rachel.
It's the perfect one-stop shop. You can have a quick lunch and then go buy the fresh Mexican ingredients to make it on your own.
All right. If you would like to try Chavez Market, it's on Mission Boulevard at Sycamore Avenue in Hayward. The telephone number is 510-888-9878. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $12. Sonoma County has a wine history as lush as its vine-covered hillsides. Russian settlers planted the first grapes at Fort Ross on Sonoma's coast in 1812. Today, almost 300 wineries dot 22,000 acres of land, sweeping from the western reaches of the Mayacamas Mountains to the coastal beaches. The appellations of Russian River Valley, Carneros, and Sonoma Coast are the birthplace of some of my most coveted still and sparkling sips based on Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Russian River is influenced by the wind whipping through the Petaluma Gap, bringing cooling fog with it. These conditions create wine with dark fruit and kicking acidity. Los Carneros, meaning the Ram, straddles both Napa and Sonoma, and the San Pablo Bay acts much the same way, tempering temperatures. Spicy, elegant wines, including Bubbly's I Adore, come from Carneros. The Sonoma Coast, one of California's newest darlings, is just plain cold. The wines emerging from here are intensely fruit-driven with a true sense of place, just like Sonoma. Cheers. A hidden gem tucked away in a small shopping mall, Rachel's favorite eatery pairs little-known wines with an eclectic menu. On Sir Francis Drake Boulevard in the Bon Air Shopping Center in Greenbrae, it's called Bistro Visage.
Vis-a-vis is short for visage, a visage in French, which means face-to-face. We are a very small restaurant, and I think face-to-face really fits what we do here. My name is Soo-Young Kim, and I'm the chef here at Bistro Visage in Greenbrae. I do have a very firm commitment to cooking locally, seasonally, and organically. The food has been very, very carefully selected, really great ingredients that are fresh and flavorful. Something that I really enjoy doing is taking local ingredients and then putting an international spin. So you'll find Moroccan accents, you'll find Thai accents. The wines also are very international. That's reflected in our By the Glass list, which features over 50 wines by the glass. The carafe program is designed so that a couple can share about a glass and a half of wine with the first course. And I think that really affords a nice way to enjoy a nice variety of wines without being completely overloaded by a whole bottle. My partner Eric Lickblau and I live 4 blocks away, and so this really is our neighborhood restaurant.
This is a real neighborhood spot, isn't it?
It definitely is. Soo-Young and Eric, they walk to the restaurant, and a lot of neighbors walk in. They have a lot of regulars that go there. And it's just amazing and surprising to find this restaurant in the Bon Air shopping mall because it serves very unusual food, and that's what I like, to have something that I can't cook at home. And Soo-Young has a biochemistry background, and she really brings that to unique little touches in each of her dishes, and also with her wine pairing recommendations.
Yeah, she did.
Soo-Young will pair it.
She did that for us, and it was great. I'm not necessarily a wine drinker. I don't drink a lot of wine.
Oh, come on, I see what you're doing.
Well, maybe
Don't
a
give me
little.
that.
Maybe
Don't
just
give me
a little.
that.
Fine, I give. You're right.
What did you eat?
I had, we had clam chowder, and
delicious.
Absolutely, it is. I'm not exaggerating, the best clam chowder I've ever had.
Wow.
Ever.
That's a big claim.
That is enough reason for me to go back there.
And filled with so many clams.
Yes.
They don't scrimp on the number of clams in there.
And I like that the actual shell's in there too. It was great. The flavors, my dinner companion even, because he ordered a gazpacho, but we were like wrestling for the soup bowl because he liked it so much as I did.
My favorite appetizer usually is the tuna tartare. It's got a sesame vinaigrette that's just so light. It's not overwhelming flavors, and the fish is so fresh and it's just refreshing. It's excellent. And for my entree, every time I go, I have to get the capellini with the lobster roe emulsion. It's served usually with baby octopus and also fresh shrimp, but then depending on the season, when it's Dungeness crab season, they'll also serve it with Dungeness crab. And recently I went in, they served a little lobster in it, so it depends on whatever's fresh. And it's just the lobster emulsion makes the pasta just creamy and delicious, and the pasta itself is cooked to perfection. Little al dente just melts in your mouth.
And what wine do you have? It depends on
whatever Soo-Young. Surprisingly, she usually recommends, the last time I was there, it was a white Greek wine.
When we were there, she brought us a Bella Glos Pinot Noir. It was delicious. We were taking pictures of it with our phones so we remember, so we want to go there. It was amazing.
And what did you have to eat?
I had the fish tacos, which are so highly recommended, I can't even tell you. There's just a little bit of cornmeal on the fish, and the cabbage that comes with it, and I had a little tapatio to add a little spice. Everything is so fresh. Again, the tortillas were really fresh. It was just amazing.
She makes her own sauce to go with that as well.
Wow.
She also uses all fresh organic produce, so the cabbage and everything is fresh and organic.
Including the bread is organic, which I had the cheeseburger, because that's my favorite comfort food in the world. I love a cheeseburger. And the care that somebody gives to giving supposedly such a simple dish is really important to me. But I will say that they ran out of buns.
Oh, no surprise.
So she came to the table, was very apologetic. She was great. I absolutely love Sue, even knowing her for only 45 minutes to an hour. And she offered us a complimentary wine, which she didn't have to do, and it was great. But eventually she was able to give me a bun, organic bun.
Nice.
And the cheeseburger was great. The meat was so soft and tender. The side of fries the wedge fries were excellent, perfectly fried. It was just a wonderful dining experience.
The owners are there all the time.
Soo-Young comes out and greets each table. Actually at first we thought, oh, she must know that we're from Bay Area.
No, they
Check,
don't.
please.
They never know that.
But she really didn't. I mean, she was literally greeting each table and asking us how it was, and so above and beyond what you would ever expect.
Yes.
Very gracious and really into personalizing your meal and making sure you have a wonderful experience.
Yeah, everybody that walked in knew her, and she knew their names, which was, I really liked that a lot. And I forget who our server was, but he was also really helpful.
So friendly. One of my dinner companions was ordering the cheesecake but didn't want the blueberries, and she handmade a special caramel sauce for him. And she paired our desserts with a great wine.
Perfect
I mean,
wine.
it was unbelievable. And the flourless chocolate cake with fresh chocolate ice cream.
Was it the lava cake?
Yes.
Yes, delicious.
It was
dense chocolate.
Wow.
I didn't have dessert.
Oh, you missed out.
You had the best clam chowder in the world, though.
But I had the best clam chowder in the world. But now I must go back.
Now, did you sample the beignets? They have amazing beignets. It's served.
Now I have to go back.
You have to go with creme fraiche and the organic blueberry compote, and it's made with organic flour, and they're piping hot and delicious. In fact, one time Sue Young had to sit down and eat some with us.
And in terms of pricing?
I thought everything was really reasonable, but I mean, for the amount of food you got, the amazing service, it's all organic, really fresh. I thought the pricing was right on par.
So your restaurant, Rachel, give us a quick summary.
An amazing neighborhood gem with unique food and a very eclectic, extensive wine list.
All right, and Teresa?
Yeah, if you're looking for great wine, wonderful service, amazing food, the trip out to Greenbrae is definitely worth it.
All right, and Marco?
The clam chowder alone is worth going there, even coming all the way from the East Bay. Definitely recommend it, and we'll be going back there again.
All right. If you would like to try Bistro Vis-a-Vis, it's on Sir Francis Drake in the Bon Air Shopping Center in Greenbrae in Marin. The telephone number is 415-925-4370. It's open for lunch and dinner every day, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $40. I have to thank my great guests on this week's show. Teresa Shipp had us roll on over for fresh fish delicacies at Live Sushi in San Francisco. Marco Chavarin took us on a one-stop shop with all the authentic flavors of Mexico at Hayward's Chavez Market. And lastly, Rachel Janin shared her cozy yet elegant wine bar, Bistro Vis-a-Vis in Greenbrae. Don't forget that you can visit our website at kqed.org/checkplease to find out information on each of the restaurants we've discussed today. You can add your comments on today's show too, because we want to know what you think about the places featured. The website is where you can watch a segment or download a whole show, and where you can read my notes on all of the wines we're tasting today. So don't forget to join us next time when 3 new guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sirocco, and I'll see you then. Cheers.
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 This show is available in high definition, on demand, and via podcast. For additional information on the restaurants featured, to comment, or to apply to be on the show, go to our website at kqed.org/checkplease. Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by
Check Please Bay Area is proudly sponsored by the law offices of Daniel Feder, providing legal representation on a contingency basis for over 20 years to thousands of Bay Area employees in disputes with their former employers. From wrongful termination to discrimination and sexual harassment, Daniel Feder and his team provide support and solutions to employees and other injured persons seeking resolution. More information at dfederlaw.com. IRG has thousands of natural stone surfaces, all in stock today. IRG, online at marblecompany.com. Bay Area Subaru dealers. Opportunities to test drive the 2014 Subaru Forester are available at local Subaru dealers. Subaru, online at subaru.com. Donate your car to KQED's Vehicle Donation Program to help raise funds for quality public media. Powered by Cars. a KQED television production.